According to the clock, it's 6:30. I'll call the Agenda Committee meeting for September to order. And at this time, I would ask that we just have a moment of silence in memory of Officer Moats and all of the men in blue that we are saluting tonight with our shirts that we're wearing. So let's have a moment of silence. Amen. Thank you. All right. Would you please register your presence by voting yes? Oh, okay. There we go. That's showing Miss Daly is absent. Miss Daly, we're trying to get you here. So we want to go ahead and just, okay. We'll count Miss Daly is here, even though the board's showing her as absent. She's here. Now, could we have the emergency announcement, please? Well, you want to give me the number? You've got 20 present, all right. Did you roll the emergency announcement?
Before we get started, let me read the emergency evacuation procedures. In the event of an emergency evacuation, an alarm will sound. Everyone should exit the building by way of the nearest stairwell in a safe and effective manner. If the nearest stairwell is blocked by smoke, use the other stairwell. Do not use the elevator. Once you've reached the main floor, follow the exit signs to exit the building and quickly proceed away from the building. Please be mindful of others evacuating and of emergency vehicles.
Next item on the agenda is the election of the Agenda Committee Chairman. The Chair will open the floor for nominations for Chairman.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, Commissioner Moon.
Nominate Chairman Pro Tem Steve Samples as Chairman of the Agenda Committee. Second.
Commissioner Samples nominated and seconded. Is there another nomination?
Move nomination cease, Mr. Chairman.
Motion that nomination cease. Is there a second? Second. All those in favor say aye. 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 Those opposed? Nominations cease. We'll do this by acclamation, I guess. We can. Need a roll. That's right. We're elected. Okay. Well, this will be a roll call vote. When you're ready.
Commissioner Akert?
We can vote electronically. There's only one.
Can we vote electronically? Okay.
Who seconded the motion?
It was several. Farmer.
Somebody.
Okay, would you please vote?
Mr. Chairman, there are 18 yes and 1 no votes.
And one abstain.
1 abstain.
All right, so I'll keep sitting here, I guess. Next item is Agenda Committee Vice Chairman. Chair will open the floor for nominations. Commissioner Farmer, is there a second? Commissioner Allen, now is there another nomination? Motion made and seconded. Nominations cease. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Nominations have ceased, and when you're ready, we will vote.
Who seconded?
Commissioner Farmer. It was Commissioner Allen's second nomination by Commissioner French. Okay, would you vote, please?
Mr. Chairman, 18 yes votes, 1 no, and 1 abstain.
And Commissioner Farmer is the vice chairman. Next item on the agenda is the setting of the agenda. Chair will entertain a motion to set the agenda. Where was it? Commissioner Bowers is our second. Commissioner Carver. Now, I have no changes. Commissioner French, you wish the floor. Let me get your mic on. Oh, okay. The board is clear. If you are in favor of the agenda, please vote yes. And, okay, please vote yes if you're in favor of the agenda.
Mr. Chairman, 20 yes votes, 1 abstain.
One absent, I'm sorry.
Absent.
Yeah, and so the agenda is set. Next item is public input on items on the agenda. Is there anyone who wishes to speak to an item that is on the agenda? Yes, sir. Come forward to the mic and please give us your name and where you reside for the commissioners.
Yes, sir. I'm Senior Master Sergeant Kevin Norton. I live here in Maryville, in the Wildwood community. With permission, I'd like to speak on line number 8 on the resolution to name the Sevierville Road Highway Bridge after Senior Airman Shane Carpenter. I'm the acting chief of aircraft maintenance for the 134th Air Refueling Wing out at the Air Base, KC-135 unit that you see flying over every day. I felt compelled after reading the article in the Daily Times to come speak on Shane's behalf. I was good friends with him in high school. In 1985, as a freshman at Heritage, I met 2 young gentlemen when I joined the Air Force Junior ROTC program, Shane and his best friend, Lee Daly, who's here today. And we became fast friends, and upon graduation, Shane, I joined the National Guard, Shane joined the active duty. He followed another Blount County Airman, Tony Vitito, into the C-130 Loadmaster side of service. And after Shane's accident in 1992, Tony accompanied Shane back to Blount County for his burial. He had a very suitable burial, but things were different in 1992, and the public has a greater consciousness of service members now, and I wanted to thank everyone that's involved for what they're trying to do for Shane. Blount County is a great place to serve. Since I got off work at 4:30 today, 3 different people have thanked me for my service from the time I left work to the time I got here to this seat. I make a lot of airworthiness decisions every day at the base for the KC-135s. Not a day goes by that I don't think about Shane's accident. It had a huge effect on me as an aircraft maintainer and as a service member in the flying part of the Air Force. And I'd like to think that Shane contributed to the 24 years of safe flying that we've had at the 134th since then, because he's been, a part of the way I think about things when I do business in the flying world in the military. And Shane was a really good person. He was a good airman. He was smart. He was very easygoing. And I think that the resolution proposal to name the bridge after him is a very good idea. It's right in the very community where he grew up, and we used to run around, and a lot of his family and friends, and would see that every day. And I just want to thank what the Blount County veterans and the people that's worked on the resolution so far to push it through have done, and just proud to be able to come here and speak on Shane's behalf. Thank you.
Thank you, Sergeant. And as a former member of the 134th, I thank you for your service, and I want you to know this commission thanks you for your service. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Anyone else wish to speak to an item that is on the agenda? Seeing no hands, we'll move on. Next item is the approval of the agenda minutes for August 9th. Chair will entertain a motion to approve the minutes. Commissioner Carver, is there a second? Or what is that? Carter, Commissioner Carter. Now, are there additions or corrections to the minutes? Seeing no lights on, if you are in favor of the approval of the minutes, please vote yes. Please vote.
Mr. Chairman, there are 19 yes votes.
19, one abstain, I believe.
Abstain.
19 yes. Let's see, 18 yes and one abstain, one absent, right? 19, I'm
yes.
sorry.
19 yes.
I can't see it.
We'll get it right.
We'll
here.
get it right here in a minute. Anyway, it passed. All right, next item is the consent calendar. There are 5 items on the consent calendar. Chair will entertain a motion to move the consent calendar to the full agenda. Commissioner Melton, is there a second? Where was that? Commissioner Bennett, was that right? All right. Commissioner, wow, first time I ever had to say that. I've said a lot of other things in front of his name, and not Commissioner, no. Dave and I served together for a long time, didn't we? Since Dave was day one, I guess. We have a motion and a second, and the board is clear. If you're in favor of moving the consent calendar forward, please vote yes. If you're opposed, please vote no. Please vote.
Mr. Chairman, there are 20 yes votes.
20 yes votes. There's no unfinished business that I have. Next item is new business, placement on the commission agenda for the election of commission chairman. And we might as well take number 2 as well, if I can get a motion for number 1, 2, and 3. Place those, Commissioner French, for items 1, 2, and 3 to move to the full agenda. Is there a second? Commissioner Farmer.
I'm sorry, who made the motion?
Commissioner French made the motion for item 1, 2, and 3. Commissioner Farmer, second. Yes, sir. Let me get you. Go ahead, Commissioner Moon.
Obviously, I'm in favor of placing these on the agenda. I asked they be placed on the agenda for Thursday night's meeting as they were placed on the agenda for tonight's meeting. Meaning that we'll take them up at the beginning of the meeting.
At the beginning of the meeting, is that
After
okay
the
with the
roll
motion
call
maker?
and before the setting of the agenda, if that,
without objection? Those items will go after the roll call and before the setting of the agenda for the main agenda. Without objection. If you are in favor of placing these items on the agenda, please vote yes. If you're opposed, please vote no.
Mr. Chairman, there are 20 yes votes.
20 yes, 1 absent. Those items move to the agenda in the second, third, and fourth positions, I would say. Next item is the elections, appointments, and confirmations. The first item is the Animal Center Advisory Board. Mr. Akard, Archer, Carver, Melton, Samples. Those are nominations by the county mayor. Chair will entertain a motion to move these forward. Commissioner Lewis, is there a second? Where was it? Commissioner Carter. Any other nominations? Seeing no other nominations, those are the county mayors, that's right. So if you are in favor of moving these nominations forward, please vote yes. If you're opposed, please vote no. Please vote.
Chairman, there are 18 yes votes, 2 abstain.
Those nominees move forward. Next item is the Beer Board. Commissioner Archer, Carter, Caskey, Daly, Carver, Farmer, French, Melton, Samples. Chair will entertain a motion to move these nominees forward.
So moved, Mr. Chairman. Make a motion moving forward.
Commissioner Moon, is there a second? Where was that? Commissioner Bowers. Any other nominations? Commissioner Farmer, let me get your microphone. Go ahead, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. If I could get Mr. Bennett or someone to replace me, I would very much request to come off this because I'm having a terrible time making it here on time for part of these. So I would like for someone to please replace me. In other words, I'd like to request my name be removed, and I hope someone else will volunteer.
Okay, Commissioner Farmer has requested his name be withdrawn, so we will remove it per his request. Is there another nomination? Let me ask it this way. Is anybody else that would like to serve? Mr. Bennett? Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
I second Commissioner Bennett's nomination.
Okay.
So I'll make the nomination, Commissioner Bennett.
And
How about if,
I'll second.
all right. How about if we ask the original people if we can add his name in?
Works for me.
All right. Is that all right with the original people, folks? Okay, so in place of Mr. Farmer, we're going to add in Mr. Bennett. If you are in favor of moving these nominations forward, please vote yes. Excuse me, I put a min in and it went down the wrong way.
Mr. Chairman, there are 17 yes votes and 3 abstain.
And those nominees do move forward. The next item is the Blount County Community Action Agency. 2 county commissioners or their appointed designee vacancies. Commissioner Moon?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I nominate Representative Bob Ramsey as a designee of the commission.
Representative Bob Ramsey's been nominated. And there is a second. Is there another nomination? Second was Mr. Crow. We have 2 positions here. Is there a... Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Lewis. Let me get your mic here, Mr. Lewis. Go ahead, sir.
I'd like to nominate Commissioner Tom Stinnett for the 2nd position, please.
Commissioner Stinnett, is there a second? Second. Commissioner Moon seconded. Is there another nomination? There are 2 positions. Board is clear.
Move nomination cease, Mr. Chairman.
Move to nomination cease. Is there a second? Commissioner French, if you're in favor of stopping the nominations, vote yes. All those in favor, yes. All those in favor of the nomination ceasing, say yes. Yes. Yes, thank you. Now, if you are in favor of moving these 2 nominations forward, Representative Bob Ramsey and Commissioner Stinnett, please vote yes. And move them forward to the agenda.
Mr. Commissioner, there are 19 yes votes and 1 abstain.
19 yes, 1 abstain. Those Representative Ramsey and Commissioner Stinnett moved forward. Next item is the Blount County Correction Partnership. Commissioner Carver, Commissioner Kaler, and there is a vacancy. Commissioner Monroe, John Adams from the Sheriff's Office, Randy Vineyard from the Mayor's Office, Jeff French from the Sheriff's Office, Judge Harrington, and Judge Gallegos. There is 1 vacancy. The Chair will entertain a nomination for the vacancy. Commissioner Carver, let me get your mic. Commissioner Carver?
I nominate Dave Bennett.
Commissioner, we have Commissioner Bennett, seconded by Commissioner Kaler. Board is clear. Are any other nominations for the vacancy?
Move nomination cease, Mr. Chairman.
Moved to nomination cease and seconded. If you're in favor of stopping the nomination, please say yes. Yes. Now, Chair will entertain a motion to move the ones that I called, including Mr. Bennett, move those forward. Chair will entertain that motion.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner Farmer, is there a second? Second. Commissioner Lewis, board is clear if you're in favor of moving those forward. I'm sorry,
You're okay.
I don't want to get ahead of you.
We're ready.
Okay, you ready? Okay, please vote yes.
Mr. Chairman, there are 17 yes votes, 3 abstain.
17 yes, 3 abstain. Those individuals move forward to the main agenda. Next one is the Education Committee. Mr. Akard, Mr. Bowers, Mr. Carter, Caskey, Crow, Daly, French, Miller, and Stinnett.
Mr. Chairman, move that we reappoint those members to the Education.
Commissioner Moon moves to reappoint those members to the Education Committee. Is there a second?
Second.
Commissioner Carver. Now, are there any other nominations? We're moving this to the agenda. If you are in favor of moving these nominees to the agenda, please vote yes.
Mr. Chairman, there are 14 yes votes and 6 abstain.
14 yes, they do move to the agenda. Next item is the Human Resources Committee. Commissioner Caskey, Kaler, Carver, Lewis, Stinnett, Mayor Mitchell, Sheriff Barong, Road Superintendent Hedrick, and is Ms. Crisp coming off? Is that correct?
County mayor appointment.
Okay, I just saw it in that funny type, and I thought. And then Mr. Merle from the school board, Mr. Britt, and Scott Graves. Chair will entertain a motion to send those nominees forward. Commissioner Bennett, seconded Commissioner Moon. Any other nominations? The motion is to move these forward. If you are in favor, vote yes. If you're opposed, vote no. Please vote.
Mr. Chairman, there are 16 yes votes and 4 abstain.
16 yes, 4 abstain. Next item is G, the Insurance Committee. 5 county commissioners appointed by the legislative body. Chair will entertain nominees. Mr. Bowers. Okay, Commissioner Caskey. Let me find out if Commissioner Caskey will serve. Okay, yes. Commissioner Moon nominates Mr. Kaler. And there is a second, Commissioner French. Caskey and Kaler. Mr. Kaler, will you serve? Where was that?
Tom Stinnett.
Oh, Mr. Stinnett nominates Mr. Lewis. Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Lewis, will you serve? Okay. Mr. Lewis is nominated. 2 more positions. Yes.
Nominate Commissioner Stinnett, please.
Commissioner Stinnett, seconded by Commissioner French. Mr. Stinnett, will you serve? One other position available.
Nominate Commissioner Carver.
Commissioner Carver nominated by Commissioner Farmer. Is there a second? Sound like Mr. French over here. Mr. Carver, will you serve?
Yes.
Okay, that's 5. Is there another one, or are we gonna stop there? Let's see, Commissioner Moon, did you want the floor?
Yes, Mr.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the mic over here.
Move nomination cease.
Okay. Motion nomination cease. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed, nomination cease. If you are in favor of moving for the Insurance Committee, Commissioner Caskey, Kaler, Lewis, Stinnett, and Carver. If you are in favor of those nominees, please vote yes.
Mr. Chairman, there are 16 yes votes, 4 abstain.
Those nominees move forward. Infotech, Commissioner Carver, Commissioner Lewis, Monroe, Mr. Cox from the Highway Department, Mr. Kane from IT, Ms. Hasty, Mr. Graves, John Herron from the School Department, Mr. Hackney from the Sheriff's Office, and the Mayor. Let's see, do we have any vacancies? Okay, there are no vacancies.
Motion move H forward, full commission.
Commissioner Farmer moves that forward. Is there a second? Second. Where was that?
French, I heard
Commissioner French, okay. Commissioner French. Now, any other nominations? The board is clear. If you are in favor of moving these names forward, please vote yes.
Mr. Chairman, there are 18 yes votes and 2 abstain.
Those nominees move forward for the IT Committee. Next item is the Audit Committee, Commissioner Allen and Commissioner Ron French. Is there a motion to send these commissioners? Commissioner Bennett, is there a second? Second. Commissioner Carver, any other nominations? Board is clear. If you are in favor of moving these 2 commissioners forward for the Audit Committee, please vote yes.
Mr. Chairman, there are 18 yes votes and 2 abstain.
Commissioner Allen and Commissioner French move forward for the Audit Committee to the main agenda. For Veterans Affairs, Denise R. Weston. Chair.
Chairman, I make a motion that we send this to the full commission of Denise R. Weston from Veterans Affairs Committee.
By Commissioner Moon. Is there a second? Second. Commissioner Carter. Now, Commissioner Allen, let me get your, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, a quick question, Mr. Chairman. I couldn't find in here the votes on this from the Veterans Committee. Do you have that record, or do you know who was present that did vote?
Commissioner Moon, you're on that committee, aren't you? You wish to speak to that?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Commissioner, this was to fill a vacancy in March. That was taken up in the March meeting to fill the at-large membership position, and that was a unanimous vote of the committee.
Can you tell me who was there at the meeting? Because I'm sorry, if it's in here, I just couldn't find it.
I don't. No, I don't. The minutes. I don't recall who all was there.
I make a motion to postpone this till next month until we can get the minutes, please.
We have a motion to postpone to next month, a date certain. Is there a second? Commissioner French. There's no discussion on that, is there, Jerome?
Yes,
There can be?
discussion, yes.
Okay. Anyone wish to discuss the postponement? Commissioner Moon, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This person will represent the at-large position very well. It's been the feeling of the Veterans Affairs Committee. We've added a Gold Star mother or father, and that's Robin Fresky. We desire to make sure that we balance and meet the needs of women who serve in our military, and that's why we're bringing this forward. If the minutes are an issue, I can assure the committee, the commission, that we can have the minutes, if by unanimous consent, we can put that in the packet for Thursday's meeting, if that will cover that.
That
Would that be
agreeable with you,
satisfactory? Well, Mr. Chairman, if you'd ask the body for unanimous consent to place it in the packet late, those March minutes.
asking for unanimous consent to include the minutes. Commissioner French,
Add some,
go ahead, sir.
all the committees that the commission has, I believe, aren't the minutes provided in the package? And I would think that we should have the Veterans Committee minutes
I
in
thought
the
they
packet
were,
for,
yeah.
from now on for,
I thought they were. I think that's right. That is correct, isn't it, Ms. Rhonda? Okay. Commissioner Lewis, did you wish to speak?
No, that would take care of my issue.
Okay. Okay, do you wish to go forward with your motion to postpone? So you're withdrawing your motion to postpone? All right, so the motion on the floor is the nomination of Ms. West, is it Weston? Oh, I'm sorry, Weston, yes. Board is clear. If you're in favor of moving this person, I'm sorry.
Let us get straightened out here.
I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of you.
That's okay. Okay, we're good.
Yeah,
Okay, we're ready.
and we're gonna include the minutes with unanimous consent. Okay, we're ready. Okay, if you're in favor of moving this person's name, Ms. Weston, forward, please vote yes. If final vote.
Mr. Chairman, there are 20 yes votes.
And the name of Ms. Weston moves forward for the Veterans Affairs Committee. Next item is Planning Commission, Commissioner Dave Bennett nominated, and I would personally say a word of thanks for that. Commissioner Allen, second Commissioner Carver. Any other nominations? No, but appears to me that Jeff Hedrick has showed back up.
That's okay. Mr. Chairman, I'd just like the record to show that I will abstain since it's a mayoral appointment, which I'm required to do, but I appreciate his appointment of me.
All right. If you are in favor of Commissioner Bennett being nominated for the Planning Commission to take the seat that I didn't do very well on, please vote yes. Please vote yes.
Mr. Chairman, there are 18 yes votes, 1 no, 1 abstain.
Mr. Bennett is nominated for the Planning Commission. Let me catch up with myself. There are no budget transfers according to my notes. Budget increases and decreases, there are 4 increases. I need to catch up to myself here after going through all the nominations. Well, I'm looking for them, folks. Yeah, I can't. Here we go. Are you saying the first one is? Still not there yet. I think my stuff's out of order here. Okay, here we go. First one, in the amount of, out of the fund balance of 5,900, that's not it? Well. Okay, other state education funds, $5,000. I'm gonna have to try to find it. Resolution 1609003. Chair will entertain a motion. I'm still trying to find it here. Mr. Bennett, second Commissioner Moon. Is there discussion? Board is clear. Ms. Rhonda, do I have those here? I have 04. I do not have 03. And I have 06. Okay, if you're in favor of moving this item forward, please vote yes. If you're opposed, vote no. Please vote. I have four, but I don't have. Yeah. Thank you, Ms. Rhonda. All right. Did you take the vote?
Mr. Chairman, there are 19 yes votes, 1 abstain.
19 yes, 1 abstain. That item moves forward. The next item is Resolution 1609-004 to amend the general county fund budget fund balance of $70,026. Chair will entertain a motion to move this forward. Commissioner Kaler, is there a second? Is there a second? Commissioner Lewis, discussion? Board is clear. If you are in favor of moving this item, putting this item on the agenda, please vote yes.
Mr. Chairman, there are 20 yes votes.
20 yes, that item moves to the full agenda. Next item is a resolution to amend the highway fund budget. That's Resolution 1609-005 in the amount of $18,250. Chair will entertain a motion and put it on the full agenda. Commissioner French, is there a second? Commissioner Bowers, any discussion? Board is clear. If you're in favor, please vote yes. If you're opposed, vote no. Please vote. Did we do that already?
Mr. Chairman, there are 20 yes votes.
That item moves forward. We've not done this second highway budget yet, have we? No. Next one is 1609-006. The highway budget amended $5,953.87. Chair will entertain a motion to move it forward. Where was it? Commissioner Carver, is there a second? Commissioner Moon, is there discussion?
Hold on just a minute. Hold on.
Okay, I'm getting ahead of, let's pause a second.
Yeah, just 1 minute here.
We have a motion and a second to move this item forward, and the board is clear. It's 1609-006.
Okay, who was our first?
It was, motion was Carver, and the second was Moon.
Okay.
Commissioner Farmer,
Ready
you
to
wish
vote.
the floor? Oh, I'm sorry. You ready? Okay. If you're in favor of moving this item forward, please vote yes. Well, now I've lost my agenda.
Mr. Chairman, there are 20 yes votes.
That item moves forward, and I believe that's everything. There are two other budget items in your packet. One is a grant, which we need to send to the commission for action, the grant from the archives people. If you're in favor of moving that item to the agenda, would you please make the motion? Commissioner French, second Commissioner Bennett. Board is clear. If you are in favor of moving that item to the agenda, please vote yes.
Mr. Chairman, there are 20 yes votes.
20 yes votes. The other budget item is information only. It's in your packet. Next item on the agenda is a resolution naming the bridge on Sevierville Road next to the water treatment plant.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner Farmer, is there a second?
Second.
Commissioner Carver, is there discussion? Commissioner Moon. Go ahead, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We have a Veterans Affairs Committee which represents the major veterans organizations in Blount County: VFW Post 5154, VFW Post 10855, American Legion Post 13, Military Order of the Purple Heart, DAV, as well as the Gold Star this commission saw fit to put a Gold Star mother or father on the Veterans Affairs Committee. Tonight, we put Denise Weston, we're forwarding her name to the full commission as an at-large member, and I think it's would be in order for us to follow our procedure and allow these veterans organizations to weigh in on their support. I feel it very strongly that this will have full support of the committee, but I think it's a step that we go through, and we do this with the Animal Control Committee and other committees. The Veterans Affairs Committee is a committee of the county legislative body. So I make a motion, we refer this resolution to the Veterans Affairs Committee, Blount County.
A motion and a second to refer. Further discussion? If you are in favor of referring this to the Veterans Affairs Committee, can we do this electronically? Okay. Vote yes to refer it to the Veterans Committee. Vote no if you wish to continue to talk about it. Please vote.
It's okay.
Something wrong?
Okay.
Commissioner Daly?
There are 20 yes votes, Mr. Chairman.
That item is referred to Veterans Affairs. The next item is the setting of the public hearing regarding request to rezone property located at 5823 Collarwood Highway from R1 Rural District to R District 1 to R. Oh, really? I'm sorry. Give us a moment here, we'll see what.
The motion was made by Commissioner Moon.
To refer.
Myself, neither the board ever showed that, and then it said that we were approving the motion, the original motion,
Really?
and then in the description on the board.
Does anyone wish to change their vote that just came up on referring the item to the Veterans Committee? It came up, everyone voted to refer it. Does anyone wish to change their vote from yes referral to no? So we'll let it, without objection, it'll stand if you'll correct the minutes.
Correct.
Is that good enough? All right, thank you. Back to setting the public hearing. The date to set it to is October 11th, 6 p.m. in this room. Chair will entertain a motion. Commissioner French, is there a second? Second. Commissioner Farmer, is there discussion? If you are in favor of setting this public hearing to October 11, 6 p.m. in this room, please vote yes.
Mr. Chairman, there are 20 yes votes.
The public hearing is set. The commission meeting will be in this room on the 15th at 7 p.m. Now, is there anyone who wishes to speak to an item that was not on the agenda? And are there any statements and announcements? Anybody got a statement or announcement?
Mr. Chairman, I would just like to see Mr. Landry. I'd like to pass up my condolences to him on the passing of his mother.
Okay. Now, anyone else? Did I see any other hands? Oh, I'm sorry, Commissioner Farmer.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just want to say for the anonymous donor, thank you very much for the shirts.
I agree. Commissioner Akers, you're up next.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I wanted to thank all the parties involved in resolution number 16-09-006 that was passed on to the full agenda, the full commission, for including the bid record in our packet so that we can see that the competitive bid process is taking place appropriately. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Commissioner French.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to welcome Mr. Dave Bennett to the commission for his first meeting.
You feel welcome, don't you, Mr. Bennett? Yes, sir. Anyone wish to speak to an item not on the agenda? This meeting is adjourned.